Welcome to the legend of the Chinese Zodiac. The first ship sailed from China to the Mersey in 1834, bringing cargoes of spices and tea. Ships sailed back from Liverpool to China, creating years and years of trade and trust. One of the most important things to come from China was their stories, including the most important of them all, the legend of the Chinese Zodiac. Long, long ago, before time itself had begun, the great Emperor of the heavens decreed that all the animals in the world should race to his grand palace on the far side of the river. The first 12 animals to finish the race would have a special place on the great Wheel of Time. The animals were all very excited, all except for the cat, who yawned a large yawn. "I will have to have a long sleep before running," she said. The cat's best friend was the rat. "Don't worry," said the rat. "You have a long sleep, and I will wake you up when it's time to start the race." The rat sneaked away, and the cat started a peaceful nap. Little did the strong ox know that the cunning rat had secretly jumped on her back and crept between her horns. He felt sure that the ox was the strongest animal. The animals started the race, over the high misty mountains, across the steep craggy rocks, and through the fast-flowing streams. Some ran, some hopped, and some flew. Some walked steady and true. All apart from the pig, who stopped to sniff out food. "Maybe just a snack," she said, "to keep me going." Soon the dragon took the lead. From high in the sky, he saw a village blazing with fire. The kindly dragon swooped down, opening his mouth to blow out the flames. The village was saved, but the dragon lost his place at the head of the race. The monkey ran backwards and forwards, pulling faces and tugging at tails. He loved causing mischief of all kinds. He even threw sticks for the dog to chase, whoosh, across the river. The silly dog soon forgot all about the race. He was enjoying chasing sticks and generally splashing around far too much to care. Eventually, all of the animals reached the great river, and the race was on. Some of them ran, some hopped, some flew, some walked steady and true, all hoping to gain first place on the great Wheel of Time. The strong ox was set to win the race, but just as she was about to set foot on shore, the cunning rat leapt from between her horns and landed at the feet of the emperor. The emperor looked down. "Little rat," he said, "you are cunning and clever. You have found a way to win the race, and so you shall be the first animal on the great Wheel of Time." And the sturdy ox took her place as second on the wheel. The brave tiger was suddenly scared as he battled against the rapids. But he summoned all of his courage and all of his strength, and he reached the emperor on the other side. The emperor rewarded his bravery with third place on the great Wheel of Time. The hare found a shallower place to cross, jumping from stone to stone. But just as she had almost reached the other side, she stopped to gaze at the beauty of the moon. She wanted to stay there until the end of time. She stared so long that the moon shone in her eyes. The kindly dragon realized the hare might never finish the race, and so he paused again to blow a gentle wind to carry the hare to the other side. So the hare finished the race with the moon in her eyes, and the dragon swooped down to take his well-earned place with the great emperor. As the horse galloped and swam, he felt the wind blow through his mane. But not just the wind, the snake was smart and had hidden there too. Just as the horse leapt from the river, the snake slipped from his mane onto the ground in front of him. The startled horse reared up, and the cunning snake slithered forward to claim 6th place on the great wheel of time, the sturdy horse claiming 7th. "Let's work together to gain a place," said the rooster to the ram and the monkey, who were all the best of friends. And so they used horn and beak and tail to fly, to swing, and to carry each other to become the first ever team to reach the emperor's shore. But what about the silly dog? He was still splashing around. The playful dog eventually remembered that he was in a race and swam speedily to shore to claim 11th place on the great wheel of time. Just as the great emperor was about to declare the race was over, a loud munching was heard throughout the land. The pig was still eating. But the dependable pig bobbed across the river, just in time to claim final place. The rooster crowed as the sun rose on the first dawn of the world. The earth began to turn slowly, and all the animals took their place on the great wheel of time. But what about the cat? The cat woke up all alone and realized the race was over. She thought about that crafty rat as she sharpened her long claws, and vowed that from that day, cats would chase rats until the end of time, just as they do today.